top of the morning, afternoon, and the evening. It's the Wayne World Podcast. You know what it is. We gonna get that raw. We gonna get that real, that uncut. For so. You know it's your boy AntMoe. For so. You know it's your boy AntMoe. Boy, don't act like you don't know we love God. For so. Jip. For so. Alright, man, let's get into it. You know what I'm talking about? Top of the morning, the afternoon, and the evening to you, whomever you may be, wherever you may be watching, looking, or listening. It's your boy AntMoe, trapping out of bando. Whoa. Let me with your big baby. And welcome to Wayne's World. Is my middle name, you know what I'm talking about? And to the side of me, you know what I'm talking about? My co-host, my brother, you know what I'm talking about? That boy Randy C. Mays, what we got?
Hey, man, that my whole night. Hey, one question. Hey, can we cuss on here?
Man, let me tell you something, folks. I ain't cussing a long time, so I need to cuss today. You know what I'm talking about?
Let it
so
out.
Of course we cussing, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Big trust. But yeah, man, welcome to episode 50 of the Wayne World Podcast. You know what I'm talking about? Boy, hey, is that a century or is that half a century, folks?
Half a century.
Half a century, folks. Burn on, seen on man, got his head off. Hey, shooting away from me. Hey, knock his head off. You know what I'm talking about? Half a century on them boys, boy. Mm-hmm. It's called the silver year or something like that.
That way.
Golden year. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, I want it all, folks. Listen, before we run folks off that ain't never listened to this podcast, for the Waniac, let me from the bottom of my corazon, you know what I'm talking about? And listen, for the first time in casual listener, you come on back around now, yeah. Show them boys how you do it up in Harlem there, boy. And you may be wondering, those first time in casual listeners, what is the Wayne's World Podcast about? I'm glad you asked. It's a variety podcast for the millennial. Oh, I'm going to the old one. It is a variety podcast for the classic man with an edge. The man who loves God, puts his family first, and aspires to be great. Essentially, we desire to provide a safe haven for the believer. So you are, in fact, in the right place if you have stumbled across this video.
Absolutely.
What are we talking about today? Oh, we friends, folks.
Wow.
Hey, me and you should never part. Naki da. Ain't no ocean, ain't no sea. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Color Purple, boy. You know what I'm talking about? But y'all shut up with that, man. Let's get into some randomness. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, you random, huh? Random. Sensorski. You know what I'm talking about? We in this thing, man. And so we have a lot of first time and casual listeners actually these days, man. My boy Randy been doing his thing, you know what I'm saying, contributing greatly to the podcast.
Bless you.
People been rocking, you know what I'm talking about? And so I wanted to go back, kind of give some boys just some insight into AntMoe, who I am, because I'm being introduced to a new fan base. And if you so desire to get them a little bit about you, something else, then that's cool too. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? But I know the people want more from me, you know what I'm talking about? I'm putting on for y'all, man. I know y'all, my boy got a little, you know what I'm saying? He's starting to get you a little fandom, you know what I'm talking about? Some little fandom. Little Instagram love.
Silly boy.
Man, that boy a group. Listen. But nah, man, so for those of you who may not know me, my name is AntMoe, you know what I'm talking about? I'm just a little boy from Fort Worth, Texas with a whole lot of perspective, you know what I'm talking about? And you know what I'm talking about? Welcome to my podcast, man. I am the oldest of three. You know what I'm talking about? I got a younger brother and sister. I have 4 children in total, 13, 11, 18 to 19 months and 6 weeks. I am married. We'll hit a year of marriage February 26th.
Congratulations, boy.
You know what I'm talking about? That's my best friend or whatever.
That my.
We be kissing. Oh, man, I am unapologetically a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ, man. And I believe I have a call to reach the masses through my mouth, to speak, to sing, to do all different types of things, man. But I have a gift of communication and exhortation. And so that is why I do this podcast. And I don't think I've ever said that before. So that's super dope. And so, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I'm Randy Mays, man. Straight out of Cedar Hill, Texas, man. 31 years old. 2 kids. I think, how old is Reagan? I don't make it.
11
years old to 6 years old, man. No wife, no life, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm out the way, man. The call on my life is to encourage the people, man. That's what I do, man. So follow me on Instagram at Randy C Mays, man, for daily gems, man. I'm dropping literally every day, man.
Yes, sir. Taking this next decade personal, folks.
That's it. It's personal.
Come on,
baby.
Doc. But man, so with that being said, let's move right along. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into some sitcom talk.
Talk about it, man.
Dopest sitcoms ever.
Oh, let's go.
Now that's some that I got on in my head that I don't even got on this list.
Okay.
But I'm gonna name them off.
Okay.
And you just tell me yay or nay.
Okay.
First off, the legend, Martin.
All day. All time.
All day, every day.
Greatest all time.
It goes without saying. And you know what? Somebody said that I never believed, and I think I talked to you about it a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
As funny as Martin is just for what he says,
Right.
he was very much known as a physical comedian that we probably never thought about it. A lot of the stuff he did with gyrating
The
and
mannerisms, yeah.
the mannerisms
Oh, yeah.
were
Yeah.
a big part of who he was.
Oh, yeah.
Where a lot of
Absolutely.
the times Eddie Murphy or somebody like that, they could just stand there and speak. Martin was very demonstrative in what he did.
Yeah.
So definitely love Martin.
Absolutely.
And we're going to rank
Easy.
these as well when we get done.
Okay.
But the next one is in West Philadelphia, born and raised
Oh, yeah.
on the playground. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man. That
Absolutely.
boy Will Smith.
Yay.
Yay. I say yay, sir. You know what I'm talking about?
Yay.
I said dope podcast. Dope show.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to that boy Will Smith, man. Listen, to see that some of these shows, like, because if you look, these guys essentially went from not being nobodies, but
Absolutely.
not having the platforms that they had to doing a show. Because you got to think, bro. Me and you drop a sitcom and we get 6 episodes.
Right.
Nobody knows us,
Right.
so we really have to connect with people for them to
Right.
really want to rock
Right.
and to go on to be 2 of the dopest ever.
Right.
That goes without saying.
Yeah. Facts.
Now, this next one was one that I really rocked with.
Uh-oh.
All women, but it was hard.
Oh, okay.
We are living
Hard. Yes, sir. Yay.
Boy, living single
Yay.
was the
Yay. Yay. Oh, damn.
bruh.
Yes, sir.
Like if you think, bro, the 90s were really a golden era for more than
Facts.
just music. It was TV as well. You could literally sit down starting at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and let it take you on till it was time for you to go to bed.
No cable.
Man, facts, bro.
No cable.
Then they did a
And
scene,
it's
man.
black people on TV.
Bruh, that is a dope fact.
Facts.
I don't think we ever really realized that we were looking at ourselves on TV.
We was on.
That's crazy.
We was on.
Do you feel like, and just to go off a little bit, do you feel like we're represented properly now as far as we talk about everyday modern TV?
Nah, it don't make it through. If you get a whole season, it often doesn't go past one season.
Man, that was
Uncle Buck should have went past more than one season. Period.
man. There's a couple of shows that are on Netflix, and I can't think of the name of one of them. But what's the one of the Dream Girls, Loretta Devine? She was the mom on this show, bro, and it was only 2 seasons of it, but it was fire. Cedric the Entertainer's new show, I think, is pretty good. Have you seen the Carmichael show?
Carmichael.
The Carmichael show. It's I forgot the guy's name. It's a black guy. I forgot something Carmichael. I guarantee you, bro, you are gonna love it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I gotta put you on it, bro. But let's get back to the list. Wayans Brothers,
easy bad.
bruh. That's what
about my all-time favorite episode of that one.
When
they went back to when they was like on Good Times. That was my favorite episode of all time, bro. That is the greatest episode they had when they went back and and Michael and then, boy,
bro, I remember that, dog. I
Greatest
remember that,
episode of all time, bro.
bro. I think even though they didn't get the just due that they deserve for that show, they tell a story about when they got canceled. It was just they just got canceled. They didn't even say nothing about it. It was just like, yeah, we done with them. They didn't even get it was like
I can believe that.
bruh, it's crazy.
Yeah, I can believe that.
But yeah, Marlon Wayans though, bro. Can we just speak to how phenomenal he has been for such a long time?
Didn't realize how great he was,
bro. Him and Pops carried that show by far. R.I.P. to Pops. Like, he did his thing, bro. Like, I just remember this boy having the smallest pectoral muscles I've ever seen on or chest muscles I've ever seen. Yeah, pec. Like, he'll take that shirt off and boy, yo, don't be up here.
Yeah,
boy,
man.
get out of here with that crap. Right. So, man, Steve Harvey show.
Oh, all day. Loved it after school, bro.
Bruh. So then I got Parenthood.
Loved it. Had a crush on on the daughter on there, man.
Oh yeah, Zaria. Yeah, Zaria. That was old Zaria. Yeah, she was doing a thing.
What was her real name? Reagan Gomez or something? Reagan.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
And then the last one that I'll say, I don't know. This is a little sleeper, but in the house, LL Cool J.
Oh yeah, in the house. Cool.
Yeah. Now, do you have any other
pants
ones?
leg?
Yeah, but do you have any other ones that were like? And this crazy thing is, these all happen to be black sitcoms.
Right. I liked Malcolm and Eddie. I really did.
Malcolm and Eddie? Yeah, Malcolm and Eddie was good.
I like Malcolm
and Eddie was good.
That was one, bro.
My wife, she like One-on-One, which that was a good show as well.
It was cool for the time.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not really one. I tried to go back and watch it because they released it on Netflix.
I couldn't.
I could go back and do Moesha, though.
Moesha. I could go do Moesha.
Moesha was toxic, bro.
Look, Moesha had 17 dudes, folks.
Moesha was toxic, bro.
She was trying to give it up, folks.
I can do the Parkers too.
The Parkers was good.
It wasn't as hot as Moesha,
but it was good though, because it was a good little spinoff. Right. So it was good.
Yeah. So I could do those.
I'm fair, so I want to show love to the white sitcoms. I just happened to pick these, but I was a Frasier guy. I was a kid.
Not till I was older.
But I dug Frasier. I never dug Cheers, but I dug Frasier.
Full House
slap. Everybody loves Raymond.
I could actually, if we go way back, man, I like Punky Brewster and I could do Doogie Howser.
It was one called Coach. There was one called Coach.
Coach is hard.
I dug Coach.
Coach is hard.
Bro, it's a lot of...
He's come on late. I remember that when he came back around.
Yeah.
He's come on like super late at night.
It was the one old white guy on there that held it down. King of Queens.
Yeah. King was
Kevin
hard.
James is a fool.
Beast.
Have you still not checked out his stand-up?
I haven't watched him.
You gotta check out his stand-up.
I struggle with white stand-up, bro.
Bro, no. I'm telling you, he's a physical guy too.
Okay.
You're gonna love it. I can guarantee it. Okay, so just give me, out of all those we named, and it may be something that you didn't name, you might have an actual favorite besides that. Give me your top 3 out of all the stuff that we've named.
Because we're not even talking about this 90s. We talking about sitcoms.
We talking about period.
Okay. Man, I was honestly really growing up, I was a huge Good Times fan.
My wife said something about Good Times.
So I'm gonna rock with Martin for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Good Times number 2. I just love the whole dynamic of it.
Say no more. I was a huge Good Times fan.
And then number 3, I go Fresh Prince. But okay. I don't want to neglect like what's happening and Good Times and the Jeffersons.
Yeah,
I can't neglect none
the Jeffersons. 227.
Yeah.
Bro, it's too many.
Yeah.
So I love Martin.
Yeah.
But I am not the put Martin as the GOAT guy.
Okay. I'm
not the put Martin as the GOAT all time guy. I'm going to say, in order, this is tough, dog. It's a lot to choose from. I'm going to say, for me personally, I know I'm going to get flack for this. Big Bang Theory, for me, is my favorite sitcom, bro, of all time. It's white.
Troubling.
It's white. It's off brand. Listen, Jay Elliott over there shaking his head.
Wow.
I love Big Bang Theory, bro.
It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's a great show to watch, but you talking about.
So you have watched it and enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect. As long as you give me that, I don't care.
Yeah, but I'm struggling. I'm struggling with that on you, AntMoe. Slightly disappointed, sir.
That's me, folks. So I'm going Big Bang
Brother
Theory.
Shaquille Sunflower?
Nah,
Roscoe?
Rumba.
Shanae,
That actually wasn't one of my...
Forever
cool.
Shanae episode?
You gonna let me give a list out?
Nah, bro. Hold on. Wait a minute. And then...
Hold on. Mute my mic, folks. I muted his mic. Nah, I'll just play. Go ahead.
And then you gonna... I mean, Jamie Foxx...
Wait, you ain't did my list yet.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet, bro.
You ain't did, I'm disappointed that my list.
I'm disappointed that the Big Bang came first, so that tells me that your list is whack, bro. I'm gonna let him be quiet, bro. It's your show, bro. I forgot, bro. I forgot it's a Wayne's World podcast, bro.
Yeah, you forgot.
Yeah, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Don't make me mind you on cam.
Go ahead, bro.
So, I'ma be real. All right? I'm on cam. I'ma be real. You're right. You are right. I may have jumped the gun to put it right there.
Hey,
You're
we
right.
Got time for a retraction. We got time.
You're right. You're right. I apologize.
Sheesh.
My real number one, though. Don't argue with me. For me personally, is the Jamie Foxx show.
I can go.
He's my number one entertainer of all time.
I can go with you on that.
I enjoy watching him more than probably anybody.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Thank you.
Number two. I'm gonna give it to Martin, bro. I ain't gonna cause nobody to get no aneurysms on cam, folks. Number three. This is a new one. This is a current one. Blackish. That's me.
I really hadn't gotten into that.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you what got me on Blackish. I watched Black AF on Netflix. I personally enjoyed it way more than a lot of people. I watched it like 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
The whole way through. And it made me go back and say, man, this dude is a phenomenal writer.
Okay.
When I looked at it and because bro, our life stories relate more to Blackish than probably any other Everybody Hates Chris. We forgot about Everybody Hates Chris.
That ain't on my top.
Oh, wow. Everybody Hates Chris is up there, bro. But I'm saying a lot of people can relate to maybe not being in New York, but having a struggle story like Everybody Hates Chris.
Right.
I think in just where we're at with our families and where we are aspiring to be, if you watched it, bro, it gives so many nuggets for the black community. See, people say that Blackish is for white people. Not necessarily. It's helping white people. Did I say that? Did I say it's for white people? I feel like I didn't say that.
You good. You said
But anyway, I feel like it gives white people a real peek into our plight, what we actually deal with or how we view life. And I think that in that regard, you bridging the gap. Like, that's what really matters.
Right.
So for not just how funny it is, but the content and what it means for the culture, man, you got to give me Blackish. So, once again, Jamie Foxx, Martin, Blackish for me. You said Martin. You forgot your list?
Good Times.
Good Times, Martin,
and then Fresh
Prince.
Yeah.
Bro, it's too much to pick from.
Yeah, that's heavy.
That's too much to pick from, bro.
That's heavy because we still left out like Family Matters and
Family Matters.
Stuff in the bag, yeah.
What was the other one around that same time? Family Matters, and it was another one. Bro, it's too many shows, dog. That's crazy. You know what we need to do? We need to literally put together a list of all the sitcoms and put it up on social media. Let people kind of just rate that list.
Break it up into present day 90s, maybe something like that.
You know what I mean? That'll be dope, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, that was heavy, dog. I felt so much pressure, dog.
Yeah, I mean, you had us nervous, bro.
That boy put pressure on me,
Big Bang,
folks.
bro.
What if it was all a part of my plot, my plan, folks? I was content creating. Listen.
That's cap.
Let's move on, man.
Yeah, folks.
We got a lot to get into at today's show, man. We approaching 20 minutes of doing our thing, you know what I'm talking about? But when we come back, we're going to get into these sports, you know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. Whew. And we back in here. Hey, yeah, hey. This ain't no intro. This the entree. Did that intro with Kanye and sound like Andre. Trying to turn my baby mama to my fiance. Hey, nice as you guys. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that boy, JL, that boy want to hate on me so bad. He want to hate on me so bad. If y'all listen to episode 49, that boy was hating on me doing my thing, folks.
That boy want the deal so
bad, folks. Sign me, inbox me, folks. This my manager, you know what I'm saying? So listen, let's get right into it, dog. James Harden. That boy done forced his way out of town, folks.
Whining.
Oh, whining. Boy, quit playing on me. So, if just looking at this list, the Nets just get James Harden. In any trade where it's not player for player, is it worth just getting one player?
Not him.
You have strong feelings about this, though.
Yeah, you had everybody, sir. You've been around everybody.
Facts.
So to put you into a Kyrie KD situation, which could one day be a nice little situation, and you're ball dominant, I don't see that being a good deal, but I can see a team not taking advantage of I can't really see a team not taking advantage of our opportunity to have them on their team. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts. Oh yeah.
So it's like you're not gonna really you're not gonna really pass up on the James Harden.
You can't say no.
But if you're looking at it from an old school creative team standpoint, KD, Kyrie, James Harden, as a kid, don't seem like a bad situation. Right. But as an adult, having seen a track record,
that's more of an all-star game thing versus a real life X's and O's.
So we'll find out who's that they gonna play.
So to break down the trade. And they play tonight, by the way. We're going to definitely check that out. Well, you know, Randy got to go make some stuff shake. But the Nets get James Harden. The Rockets get Victor Oladipo, Something Exum, Curix, 3 Brooklyn Net first-round picks, 1 Milwaukee first-round pick, and 4 Brooklyn first-round swaps. Some of that stuff might just be some technicalities. But that's crazy. The Pacers get Karis LeVert, which was a great bench player for the Nets, a second rounder. Okay, the Cavs get Jared Allen and Taurean Prince, which were also good players. This is the problem that I have with a trade like this. You see a lot of the big teams do it. The Lakers, the Mavericks, after they won their championship, Miami Heat. You have the makings of a solid team, like good play, bro. Everybody can't go off every night, bro. Right. Everybody can't drop 30 and 40 and 50, bro. You got to have some guys that come off the bench that's a spark.
Yep.
There's some guys that play good defense that'll give you that's like, what's my guy for the Clippers that come off the bench? Lou Will, Lemon Pepper Lou. He come off and he going to give you 20. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows his way around the game. Bro, you never have a change of pace. And so when you get these 3 top heavy guys, and let me stop here. Remember we had this conversation.
Yeah, we did.
Do KD and Kyrie work? You said yes. I said I was on the fence because injury prone, highly emotional.
Both of them, yeah.
Yes. We got to see how this works.
All right.
Where is Kyrie at right now?
So my team was?
No, he's not on the team. Kyrie left one day, didn't show up to the game.
Oh, because he was out, yeah.
But he ain't been back.
Well, he got to do that. He got to do a 5-day quarantine. He got to do a 5-day quarantine, and then he got to forfeit the salary for those.
Do we know what happened?
Nah.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
I
believe way more. I believe in KD over any of those guys because purely he will murder them guys.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like defensive wise, offensive wise, mentality wise, he learned a lot from leaving OKC.
Right.
Next, I got to give it to James just because, if nothing else, he's a walking bucket. I know we don't like his style of play. I don't like his style of play, but he will give you buckets.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the one good thing that comes from this is if everybody is there, he doesn't get wore down.
True.
The number one issue with him being the guy was for what he gives to you in an offensive set. He does that all season. So once you get to the playoffs, he doesn't have the legs for it.
Right.
So now he's got the ultimate help. There's no excuse. If you don't win, there's no excuse.
You got everything you need
and more.
Yeah.
Because it ain't like they have managed to bolster a nice roster over there in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Which is saying a lot when you're right in the backyard of the New York Knicks.
No, Lord.
That's crazy, right? Like the historic franchise that the Knicks are, and they can't buy a solid player to come play for them. The closest they got was Derrick Rose, and he wasn't in his right mindset at that time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So y'all tell us what you think about that trade, because I think it's trash. Like, you've given up all your assets.
Everybody.
In the NBA specifically, a first round pick is worth everything. If you don't there's hardly any guys that you get in the second round. The only one, the one guy that we can say that was in the second round, no, I take that back. He was a number 15. He wasn't in the second round. The guy that plays for the Jazz, the Utah Jazz. What's that guy's name? Mitchell.
Spider.
Who? Say it again.
Spider-Man.
I guess, whatever. I'm trying to see what his first name is. Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, there we go. Donovan Mitchell. Like, he's a baller, but see, that's considered too late to get a you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So your first round pick mean everything. So I guess they're just assuming that they're going to let off a certain number of championships and keep the thread of this team together, because if they don't, they're screwed. And by the way, I think Houston just got better.
I was gonna say that because I watched them the other night. I think John Wall was out.
Yeah,
even with John Wall.
Yeah,
and that dude is he's maturing.
John Wall.
Yeah,
yes.
I watched a couple of his interviews. John Wall don't talk like John Wall did 5 years. I think he been in 11 years now.
Shoot, he been in since he was what, 19?
Yeah, so of course he had a lot of growing. I listened to his interview.
Yeah, and
he addressed the James Harden trade. And
what did he say?
He kept it real light. He's just like, man, you got to give teams time to do X, Y, Z, this, that, and another. And so he didn't like that James Harden was the man to be gone.
I did hear where he said, I seen somebody post it where he was like, you got to give it time.
Yeah,
man. Like
he kept it light. It was very mature. He could tell he didn't like it. He kept it very mature. He didn't down talk another player.
Yeah.
But John Wall gonna do what John Wall do anyway. He a baller. So
he just needed to get out of Washington. Like, that's a fact. And
I
hate that Bradley Beal is there, though. I hate the fact that Bradley Beal is kind of left there with Westbrook, who is a total liability, bro. You can put up points and still be a liability, bro.
Westbrook, I'm not a Westbrook fan anymore.
I'm not a Westbrook fan at
all.
I was early on.
I was.
But then it's like, fam, you ain't, bro. There's no reason that him and KD shouldn't have won.
Yeah, it was his whole image for me. The even the off-court image with the fashion and the on-court stuff.
It's too much.
His level of arrogance for no ship. I'm like, I can't roll with you. Bro.
You know how we said beyond a shadow of a doubt that Butler's a dog, right? I think we know that it goes beyond even just basketball. It's the mentality and how he would approach something outside of there. Yeah. Can we say that about Westbrook? I can't say it. I can't say that I really truly believe what he gives off is what he would really like. It translates to something else. I can't buy it.
He's not. Yeah, he ain't. That ain't it for me, bro.
Yeah,
that ain't it for me, bro.
So we overall we think it's a bad trade. Hopefully, I think the hope that they have to really put something together goes directly through KD. I will end it saying that. But when we look at the next thing that we're going to, we got soccer. They do like a group pool, and then it goes into whoever wins that, it kind of goes down from there, and then you go playoffs or whatever. Then you got the championship. In basketball, you got best of 5, then you got best of 7. You have, one and done in the NFL. In baseball, you have best of 3, then best of 7, then best of 3, 5, 7, something like that. Mm-hmm. College football, we got the new playoff.
Right.
What is the most enjoyable college format or championship format rather that you have seen and enjoy watching?
Basketball, best of 7.
By far.
Everything else, the way college used to do it.
Yeah.
With, once you lose the thing, you out. You have no chance to win championship. I didn't like that. Football, yeah. Even though I get that football can't really do a best of 7, that's just a total beat down.
Yeah, facts.
I get it, but for me, it's gonna be basketball best of 7 all day.
Yeah, easy. It's interesting because I don't know if a lot of people paid attention to it, but in basketball, they went in the championship. They went from 2-3-2 to the 2-2-1-1-1.
Come on for the home away.
Yeah, like it was 2 at home, 2 on the road, and then you switched every other game. Mm-hmm. I just enjoy it either way. It's just something about, because they say in basketball, they say the playoffs don't start until you lose a home game, and you know what I'm saying, in that playoff thing. So definitely love the basketball, but I would probably say I do also enjoy the football format, only because if you're the best, you should have the opportunity to beat up on the team, you know what I'm saying, the least, essentially. And I think that when you get to that, like, it's like, okay, it's very difficult. You show how truly good you are if you could win a wild card game, win a divisional game, and then go and then win a NFC championship, AFC championship to go to the Super Bowl.
Right.
It ain't no fluke. It's something to it.
Right.
Now, we also understand how momentum and everything works. Mm-hmm. Once you build it, it's like a boulder going downhill.
Right.
So I definitely enjoy that. Basketball probably definitely is number one. I agree with you on that. And I never thought about, you brought up an interesting point. I think it's kind of crazy. Like, it's kind of, listen, how can you be the best team in college football? Basketball, you go 30-1 and then lose one game because this team might have just be so hyped up as they ever been in their life, and then you may just really not get up for this team and it's just over. Yeah. That's crazy, dog.
Crazy.
So yeah, I'm not really a fan. Now, March Madness is dope to watch.
Whoa, the energy.
It's probably the dopest to watch in a one weekend setting. Like, watching these teams go crazy.
College basketball is my favorite to watch.
Duke fan. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Kentucky. Gang. You know what it is, bro. Stop playing with me. Well, you always got to take it there, dog.
Where Kentucky at? What is close by?
Well, what you mean?
Kentucky, what is close by?
I don't know. You tell me. Geography? What we doing? A test?
Okay, I was just trying to see if you knew.
Where is it next to?
Because Duke is like in Durham, North Carolina. I was trying to see exactly where Kentucky was. Like
Lexington, Kentucky?
Yeah, where's that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to see if you knew your team was, bro. You false flex on this mic. You be false flexing.
Did you say flax? Like flex?
False flexing.
Like flexing?
False flexing.
Man, get out of here, boy. You goofy. Man, anyway, moving on, folks. He always trying to come over here testing me, folks. Don't test me, boy. You tell don't test, ain't no stress, folks. But listen, moving on. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, folks. Ooh, it'll be a long night for you, boy. Listen. In other news, the Cowboys, staying with football, they hired Dan Quinn as the new defensive coordinator, and he is the guy who has been the coach of the Atlanta Falcons for like the last 5 years or whatever. What can I say? That's all I got for you, folks.
I have nothing to add to that.
I mean, it's, they didn't have a particularly great defense in Atlanta either, so it's just kind of like. But what I will say, in all seriousness, is most guys who fail as coaches were already great coordinators. So, maybe this guy was just truly meant to be a defensive coordinator at the end of the day. So, we'll see. I really didn't have much. I just like to get a Cowboys fan a little something because they will look to have something to say about the Cowboys. It's just how it goes. But, we'll see. I am interested to see if Dak will get paid. Coming off that injury, bro, I don't know what they're going to do in the draft, but I would hope, this is just me, this is AntMoe, I would hope that you would either give him a franchise again or cut him. Don't sign him to a long-term contract coming off a crazy injury. And this is we live in a time, bro, where you can tear your ACL and be back up and going in 7 months.
Easy, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Tua Tagovailoa, the guy who played for Alabama, the quarterback, he basically pulled his hip out of socket, folks. He's playing in the NFL right now. So, we live in a time where you're fully capable, but I don't know, dog. You talking about a quarterback, bro, and his feet, knees and feet are big, bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully they make the right decision. We talking Jerry Jones, though. He make decisions with his heart, not his checkbook, folks. So, what can you do with that? Anyway, we moving on, folk. And it's time to get into the meat.
Get into it.
You know, come back. And for those of you who may have not known, this is called, we friends, folk. And so what I wanted to do is get right into the types of friends that we have. You know what I'm saying? Obviously when we talk about men versus women, the word platonic is used exclusively. You know what I'm saying? In relationships or between men and women, we have situationships. You know what I'm saying? I done been in a few of those in my lifetime, to be honest with you. And, then I didn't have a term for it, but now I think I do. You have friends that you have what I would call soul ties with. You know what I'm saying? So David and Jonathan is the best example.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They felt connected. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like their friendship.
The heart, the mending of the heart.
The mending of the heart. It superseded the problems that David and the king may have had, or the king had with David. Right. So then you have flat out, we all right, folk, when I see y'all speak associates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which I think people love to use that when they start feeling some type of way towards somebody.
Every time.
Oh, I mean, you're associate, folk. You ain't my friend.
It's never labeled initially as an associate.
You never start off like, no, this is my associate, because you know that'll be disrespectful.
Right.
But feel some type of way towards somebody is what you're going to say.
Yeah.
So, also with that being said, what does it take to be a solid friend? What, like, for Randy, you are the encourager, you're the motivator, you're the social butterfly. It may require something different from you than me. Right. So what is it that you say, nah, he's a solid friend, folk?
Man, are you around when I can do absolutely nothing for you? If I finally, for whatever reason, go down and I'm not in an encouraging mood, or I can't help you out here or there, are you still good? Are you still good with sitting on the phone if I tell you ain't got no money, or are you good if I'm not in the motivate? Are you good? Do you know my kids' names? Are you gonna ask about them too? For me, if you want to bless me, bless my kids.
I haven't got the clearance to go deep into anything about his personal life, but I'll say it was a time when he was going through something. And since I've been down the road, I'm thinking to myself, or I asked him, I'm like, yo, what type of conversations are being had? You know what I'm saying? What type of reassurance is there with your kids? Like, that type of stuff matters more than what people understand.
Right.
Even when you talk about dynamics in relationships where there's a married couple and there's a friend, if somebody's going through something, if somebody's never, hey, how the household? Because it ain't just because I'm your friend, I'm still attached to who you attached to in some way.
Right. It's
very important that people look beyond just the immediate in what's going on in front of you, because that stuff sometimes requires more attention. You know what I'm saying? Right. For me, I would say consistency matters.
Yep.
If I don't have to talk to you every day. That right. Sometimes some people just don't have those dynamics, or right. Your lifestyle doesn't warrant that. Mm-hmm. But I do need you to check in with your boy, because I'll use us as an example. Randy calls me more than I call him. It's not because I don't want to talk to him. It's just I can be so caught up in X, Y, and Z sometimes that, heck, I got like 7 kids now. You know what I'm saying? And when I was working as stringent as I was, like, you might have to be like, hey, folk, you good? Because I might be over here working myself into
right.
You know what I'm saying? And so to be consistent enough, that just let me know, it's deeper than just
absolutely
the type of relationship that we have. You know what I'm saying? Or what we would have on the surface. Right. There's so many dynamics to our relationship and the things that we've experienced where we were connected long before it was something even mutually that you could do for me.
Right.
And that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to be able to be something to somebody when they may not be able to be something to you, says a lot about somebody's character, which is also an important part of having a solid friendship. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so I would say consistency. You know what I'm saying? The whole loyalty thing is kind of overused at times, but it's just about, listen, folks, all I'm saying is if you're going to be in other rooms and my name is brought up, truly don't let nobody just say nothing crazy about me for the sake of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just be like, well, I didn't join in when it ain't no better if you, you know what I'm saying? Like that matters. So, you know what I'm saying? That there is a loyalty piece that matters, but for me personally, consistency, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that I've had dope conversations with, but that's all that it went there that one time, and it just was what it was.
It served its purpose, man.
Have you been a good friend?
Absolutely.
Why do you say that?
Absolutely, man. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna inconvenience myself for you. I'm willing to take off work. If I got it, you got it.
Yeah.
And that's literally how I move. That's why I don't let too many people into my fold.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna overextend myself either. My household is always gonna be priority, so I'm not gonna overextend myself to the point where my kids gotta eat noodles.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can get a portion. You can come eat with us. We can get you a portion. My household got to eat first. That's that's just how I'm gonna move.
And I'll say how you could also, how somebody else can know who may be watching or listening is when I can say that's absolutely correct.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? In whatever way that you could serve somebody, what you say out of your mouth is matched up with your actions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just for me, in whatever way I think I can be a good friend, absolutely. Yeah. I believe I've been there. You know what I'm saying? For me, a lot of the times it's really just I'll tell you one of the things that happened and that made me think deeper than just what it means to like achieve or something like that. I remember we was on the phone one time and we was talking and I said something to the effect of, yeah, man, like since my daughters, well, my, you know what I'm saying, my niece and daughters were born, like I pray for their purity. Yeah. And I didn't think nothing of it because it was a natural part of what I've done.
Right.
And we had a conversation like months later, or not months, like weeks later. And he was just like,
that was big.
Boy, you made me, man, that hit me different. Like,
that was big.
That ain't something I've been doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, for me, it's providing that wealth of things that I, just made me that I'm able to give to people in little pockets that can spark something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so yeah, I think so as well. Who makes the best friends? When we talk about men versus women, it's definitely a preference thing, but some people may not say so. Some people may say, man, the loyalty of women or the whatever, cause I got some people who in my lifetime will ride for me, folk. Like I'm talking about like at the drop, like you got a problem or we got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
It's tough, man. It's kind of situational, man. But the females that I have in my life the ones that are genuine friends quickly transition into sisters who will fight for, like, listen, they looking at me as little bro. They ain't finna let nothing from females. I feel protected, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The ones that can legitimately look at you as a friend and a brother and not googly eyed. Them right there. Man, I don't know, man. That's a tough one, bro. They be more. I think I can say from the female standpoint, man. They be more tuned in to some other type of need that you didn't know that you needed.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Emotional type stuff where dudes like, you straight, bro? And they be like, man, I called and checked on him. Yeah, he said he was straight. No, he lying.
Right. And that speaks to something. That speaks to something because you got to think when you grew up in a household with a mom and a dad, or vice versa. It's so many different things that you may have got.
Right.
That could affirm you to be the man that you are,
right,
or that you didn't get that could be a void that you need.
Right.
And sometimes it's just good to consistently have that type of dynamic.
Absolutely,
if your mama rolled for you and you got a sister that rolled for you and then a couple of female friends that roll for you, they care for you in a different way, especially when it can be a healthy platonic relationship where it's like, no, I really just got love for you. You got love for me. I support what you do. Because I can say, and this kind of skips ahead to the question of the day, so I'm not going to get into it as much, but I definitely will say in my lifetime, men have been better friends than women, only because of certain issues that could have arose, you know what I'm saying? But in high school, for instance, I had more female friends than male friends. You know, I was a little more mature than the guys that I hung around. And so sometimes the situations that we got into or the conversation that was had, I was just like, I'm over this. Like, and women or females were a little more my speed. And it was just on some, that's my brother, that's my sister, whatever. So it definitely boils down to a preference. But I think that there are some things that genuinely make both sexes, what they bring to the table, unique. You know what I'm saying? And so I would just say, whoever it is, I think you should have a healthy balance. Now, when you start getting into being married or being in serious relationships, for me, my wife had a best friend that was a male, and she was like, yeah, my best friend, such and such. And I said, what best friend?
Right.
Nah, ain't no male. Nah. Y'all were best friends, and she cool, like she moved with it, and I'm pretty sure he moved with it as well. But it's just like me personally, I'm not cool with the work wives and the work husbands and the thing that you say that hits so hard is, well, no, when I have a female friend, I'm in a group text. So we all cool. Yeah. We all know each other now. I'm probably gonna get more cool with you than I get with you know what I'm saying?
My kid's god parents is one of my best friends from high school, so he's like 15. When she got engaged, she introduced him. He was cool. I did the engagement pictures. I started a group text. We got it to this day, and we rocking with that. And me and him talk. The only reason I FaceTime her is to holler at him because he's an Android user. She answered the phone on FaceTime and passed the phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see you. I'm sorry, my partner right quick.
Excuse me.
Yeah, like that's how we move. But that's out of respect for him, bro. It ain't nothing here, bro. Me and you can go out to eat. I ain't gotta hang with her. She ain't gotta come. She can say where she at.
Right.
I love her though.
Yeah,
like,
for
you know
sure.
What I mean? Yeah, but
and that's the way it should be. Let's just be fair. If y'all both single, you can move however you want to move. But when I'm married or you're married, like I should have a solid relationship with the person that you're connected to. And
you
vice
should
versa.
want to.
Facts.
I want to love who you love.
Facts. Because then it just all keeps us in the proper perspective, so that no boundaries do get crossed.
Because proximity is dangerous.
Yes, it is. I've put myself in some bad situations. You know what I'm saying? Trusting myself. And at the end of the day, listen, what Pastor used to say at 10 o'clock, boy, things change. Turn into a different person.
Okay, man. Yeah, man. But I got two, you know what I'm saying? I'd be remiss, man, if I didn't address, man. I've had two, I rarely let dudes into my circle. I got two of my closest partners, man, known each other since we was 9 years old. Man, they drove my mama to college to come pick me up type stuff. Like to this day, that's that middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, inconvenience they riding. My boy was deployed. His son ran away. I said, I'm getting dressed. I'm headed that way. That's how we move. His kids, my kids.
Yeah, facts.
This was before MOJ. My kids was never gonna starve if something happened to me. Period. Everything is taken care of. All the affairs are in order. My mama ain't finna stress. My papa ain't finna stress. It's done. No doubt in my mind. Inviting same thing for them.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard, bro.
That's over 20 years, man.
That's super dope.
Ain't never crossed me.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Listen, see, that speaks to something because it's not to say that disagreements don't happen as friends, because they could happen. Yeah. Now, I don't really remember us getting into it too tough about nothing. Nah. But it's certain things that just shouldn't happen. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. If you really is in the paint with somebody, bro, my wife, I should never hear anything concerning that. Right. I should never be worried about leaving money around you, or it's just certain situations. Like, bro, I have the code to get into Randy's house. If he ain't there, you know the code. He ain't changed, bro.
No hesitation, bro.
So there should be a trust there that even as your own man, you should like, man, I shouldn't be no grimy nigga. No, you know what I'm saying? Right. Which brings me to the next question for the meet before we move on and close this thing on out. What can/will stop a friendship for you?
Well, in an actual friendship, man, for me, I'm not gonna go through a season of rebuilding trust with a friend. I'm not. I'll put that in. I may put that energy into maybe a marriage or not even at this point in the game, not even in a dating relationship. I'm not doing it. But if we talking about a friend, I'm not rebuilding trust with you. Yeah. Some of them peak that I ain't good with. Facts. You can pay your bills without me. I can pay my bills without you, man. Enjoy life.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, you're gonna be all right. I'm not rebuilding trust within the confines of a friendship. I'm good.
Right. And that speaks to me, my thought process on that as well, because the people that are around me that I've built that trust with, it mean too much. Listen, some of the conversations that we've had, with any of my close, and like, I'm like, bro, I don't have a lot of male friends that I consider close friends. Right. Some of the conversations we had, I wouldn't have with just any Joe Schmo. Right. Some of the things that I've done or that's been done for me in that relationship, I value it too much. Right. So why would I do something to lose that trust? Or why would you leave question or leave doubt for some of that?
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? For me, like, lying. Bro, if you a habitual liar, you probably ain't gonna get far with me. It irked me, bro. It irked me to have somebody just lie about nothing. What you did today? Oh, well, you know, I was going, nah, folk. Your time ticking with me, folk. Right. You know what I'm saying? And not being a man of your word. Right. As men especially, it is so important. Prime example, yesterday, it's a dude that I went to high school with. Shout out to Jeff. And man, I'm seeing he's starting to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get into the reactionary videos. Matter of fact, I brought him. I talked to you about him before. Yeah. And so, you know, I finally reached out to him because I asked y'all. I said, if I have some feedback that I would like to give him, should I? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember that.
And so when he pulled up, and I told him, I said, relationship is everything for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe I could have a positive input on your life and your craft. I want to build a solid network, but I got to make sure that it's an understanding between us.
Right.
So now that's letting you know, like, I open my home up to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he pretty much was like, man, I need that.
Right.
It's not too many of us out here. I'm sorry. It's not too many real ones out here, folk.
Right.
We all got our issues, but people who gonna really be solid, really gonna hold you down, that's gonna tell you the truth, because that's that men of Joshua principle. Listen, what is it? What is it about?
I hold my brother accountable.
Even at the risk of losing a relationship, I will hold my brother accountable.
Yeah.
I will be spiritually
motivated, not emotionally attached.
Not emotionally attached.
Yes, sir.
He been in a little sooner than me, you know what I'm saying? So
I'll be there for my brothers. Christ,
you know, tell me, keep going in. What's number 2? hey, then it start getting shaky. You be like, I'll be a thermostat, thermometer.
Hey, folk.
You know what I'm talking about? So but seriously though. And so that's what it's about, man. I want to have guys around me who I know, bro, you know how strong that piece is. If something happened to you today, your family good?
Straight.
And whatever I could do,
yeah.
And whatever my brother gonna do for me, he ain't gonna make sure that my wife ain't gonna starve. And he ain't gonna try to smash her either.
Right.
Cause it's some janky promoters out here, folk.
Oh, dude.
It's some cats out here selling some stuff that they ain't really about.
I've seen it.
I know you have, because I heard some stories from you.
Yeah.
And so, man, keep that solid trust with somebody. Don't put yourself in compromising positions. Don't lie to your friends. You know what I'm saying? When you say you're going to do something, do it. It doesn't mean that stuff don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about us as men, you know what I'm saying, that have standards, right, and how we live and the relationships we build. It's not to say that stuff don't come up, but do everything you can to communicate and be the best, most solid friend that you could be to somebody, because they don't, like, every situation ain't momentary. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever see that, bro, and they be just like, well, that was just for a season. Every friendship ain't just for a season, folks. Like you said, y'all been rocking since y'all were 9 years old. Y'all done been through all types of stuff, and it doesn't, like, cause see, when people try to let time and space be reasons why you can't still be friends with somebody, I think it's the most bogus garbage excuse in the world. Your friend was overseas, y'all was emailing heavy. Bro, you make time for people that you really want to make time for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it challenges me to do more. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to let nothing be an excuse for my friends don't feel like I'm not being who I'm supposed to be to them.
Yeah, I had to Skype it. And I had to get up early so we could Skype and chop it up, bro. Like, my schedule, like, you know what I mean? Because the time zone, he's in Japan. The time zone was different. Chop it up, man. Holler, make sure he's straight, man. Look at his face, man, and make sure everything was good, bro.
Facts, man. Stuff like that will go such a long way. That'll keep somebody from doing something to themselves. Yeah, and I ain't saying him specifically, but people. You know what I'm saying? I bring up JL before we end it out. I remember I didn't really know Jay, and I remember seeing him somewhere. I was at work, and I remember he had a group of his coworkers with him. They was just rocking, but something didn't look right. Like, I'm talking about just in my spirit, I have a discerning spirit, and really what it was is my brother was hurting. Right. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And I could see it, but I didn't have no relationship with him, so I bided my time. Right. And it never left me though. Right. I knew something it had to be an assignment, because it just didn't leave me. Right. I see him. We get in a situation at Chris Roberts' paintballing thing he did for his what was it? The bachelor party. I couldn't get the bachelor party out. For his bachelor party, we end up riding home together. I'm just really low key giving my testimony. It was about 3 or 4 of us in the car. Right. It resonated with him. I'm like, yo, get my number. Hit me, bro. Hit me. You probably don't remember. I seen you at Boomer Jazz. Woo, woo, woo. We still didn't talk after that. It was like, man, 6 months maybe. Yeah. But when we linked, I was very intentional about why I felt that God put you here. Is something going on. Because, I mean, for some reason, I'm feeling some strange connection to you, bro. And even since then, like, it ain't like everything ain't been perfect. He might feel some type of way about something at a time he did. And it's just a part of how we are. Right. But at the end of the day, like, when you really care, when it's really something that God has put together at the end of the day, can't nobody mess that up. And you do everything you can as a man. Right. And I'm like, that's my brother to this day. I'm like, you do whatever you want to do. Feel how you want to feel. Nigga, I ain't going nowhere. Right. We don't talk all the time. Like, we stay in the same apartment complex. We don't talk all the time, but that's my brother. You need me, you better hit me. That's it. I get to a point where I keep telling people, I'm like, fam, listen, no, seriously. If you need something, if I got it, it's yours. I don't tell it to everybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you sit up there and look crazy if you want to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just the way that God is building and putting his people together. And so that's just some encouragement for y'all out there, man.
Absolutely.
You know, evaluate your circles. It's healthy.
Please.
It's necessary.
Make sure you get some value.
It's important. It shouldn't just be something. Because see, just because in the beginning somebody isn't able to offer value to you, don't mean that they should never offer value to you.
Right.
At some point, you got to offer me something, nigga. Right. So just something to mull on and think about. You know what I'm talking about? But with that being said, let's move on to the question of the day. And like I said, we preluded to it earlier. Can men and women really be platonic friends?
Absolutely, bro.
Now,
sure, men and women.
And I was just finna say, what's been my experience with some of my female friends is I may not been looking at them like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it may have been because I friend zoned them a long time ago.
Yep.
But I wasn't looking at you like that. And they were.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when I was immature, I didn't know how to leave it at that. Yep. So I might have put myself in a situation just based off of not being able to say, no, seriously, look, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And so for me personally, I can't have too many female friends. No. Just in my experience. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't to say that everybody that wanted me and nothing like that. There's been some situations where I wanted to shoot some kinfolk and it just didn't go the way that I planned it. Yeah. But
you just got to be careful, man.
You got to be careful.
You can't spend a whole bunch of time with nobody.
Right.
You can't have the desire to spend a bunch of time with nobody and start not to like them. Man, I don't believe that.
Because, see, the thing is, that familiarity can breed contempt. That's the same. Yeah. But it can also make you feel and believe some things that just ain't simply there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
You spend a lot of time around somebody and it could just really, truly be, nah, that's my dog. Right. But now you got the glossy eyes. It's like, fam, chill. It's okay. Thanks. Y'all just homegirl and homeboy. You know what I'm saying?
It can happen.
So, yeah, man, we going strong, folks. It's time to slow this thing on down, bring it to a halt. You know what I'm talking about? With that momentous moment.
That way.
All right, man. Episode number 50, man. We thank everybody for rocking and listening, supporting, doing everything that y'all do to make this podcast great. I thank JL for pulling up on the kid and helping out. You know what I'm talking about? I done had so many issues with this stupid phone and recording that I done just had to figure out another way, folk. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we have no issues moving forward and we could do even more as far as like giving you guys high quality content with video, etc. If there's anybody out there that edits videos, that records, I could use your help. We could use your help at the Wayne's World Podcast. And I mean that, like, we just want to go to the next level. And so I'll get into the momentous moment because I'm running out of time with my video. Death is inevitable. So let 2021 be the year you work on bettering yourself and your name. Before you die, let your name hold weight.
Right.
It's just something hit different about a man that dies and people lament his name. Him really leaving a legacy behind.
Yeah.
That the people around him saw him in this almost unapproachable light. And it could be for different reasons. It could be because you were philanthropic. It could be because you were just a loving person. It could be just because your advice was just the most amazing. What was the name of that doc that I was telling you that Paris told me about that I ended up watching, The Godfather or something like that?
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it.
It was, but basically, this one guy who was from this small little town was able to leverage these relationships and create things to make people's lives better in such a way that they were just like, though, there's not another person like this.
Right.
There will never be another one of these men on the earth. Work to be one of those guys.
Absolutely.
And since I'm talking to the believer, obviously the lower that you go, the closer to him you'll be, the greater impact that I truly believe that you'll have on this world.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm in mission of in 2021 as my overall goal.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of pretenders out here, as I said earlier. And there's a lot of guys who act like they just so want to lend you the help and they want to be, and they really have these motives, these ulterior motives that really don't have anything to do with helping you be a better man or expanding the brand to be something great. And so, man, I want, whether, Randy, to skip ahead, he's got a book coming out soon. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of things that are in the works. And if nothing else, if he did 7 episodes and never came back, but he was able to reach some people on here to be able to get this book into their hands, to have an effect on their lives that I know it's gonna have, that's cool with me. He ain't have to give me no money. He didn't have to do nothing. But if it creates an opportunity, because we literally talked about this the other day, and I was like, shoot, even you just having a built-in audience within my people. There's people who already identify with Randy, I know you are Randy C. Mays, that's my whole name. Like, they already know. So why not give people the opportunity and the platform to do great things if it's within your means?
Absolutely.
That's all I got, man. I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody who rocking. Thank you for riding with your boy, 50 episodes strong.
Absolutely.
Let me grab my water. Here's to another 50. I appreciate you guys.
Big shot.
Big swig. You know what I'm talking about? Shot. You know what I'm talking about? Here's to another 50. Do me a favor, guys. Go to waynesworldstore.com. Be a part of the email list. If you scroll to the bottom, put your email in. It'll sign you up to get notifications on when we dropping stuff. You know what I'm talking about? You can access the YouTube and the audios at thewaynesworldstore.com. If you go to @The Wayne's World Podcast on Instagram, my link tree is in there. You can get access to everything you need there. We just dropped some Worth a Handsome Wage tees. We trying to show love to all the men who are out here being about what they say they are about. You know what I'm talking about? And we worth a handsome wage out here, folk. You know what I'm talking about?
That way.
So listen, you guys know what it is. You know how we end every single podcast. Life is indeed hard enough. So remember, don't just live elevated. Until next week, may the Lord keep you. I love you. We'll see you at the conference. Peace. You know what I'm talking about?